Hi guys, I just wanted to give you a little update on how the Wattle fence flower garden has been going. It's been 2.5 years since I built the Wattle fence itself and kind of put some herbs and wildflowers and just kind of let everything take over. And so I wanted to show you the, I guess you would call it, chaos garden that has ensued within the wattle fence that we've put around our deck in our house. Now, if you've seen the first video, you know the reason I created this wattle fence was to keep the chickens and the geese out of these beds. I knew if I was going to take the time to put some herbs in, put these perennials in, I didn't want the chickens and the geese going in and having their way with it. So I got creative. We didn't have money to put an actual real deal fence in, so I created the wattle fence out of sticks and small trees, whatever I could find in our woods. So let me show you how we've extended it and how everything looks now 2.5 years later. So starting with the gate, if you remember, we had a homemade, I guess you could call it a homemade gate we originally had here, but after a lot of use, it was breaking down. It just wasn't holding up. So we invested in a $35 metal gate. We supported it with 2 cedar logs. Much easier to use than the homemade version that I quickly put together just to keep the chickens and the geese out. So that was upgrade number 1. Now 2.5 years later, the wattle fence is still intact, which I'm surprised. I thought that would be maybe falling apart a bit more at this stage, but as you can see, it's still holding up. I do have some grass growing among the rocks that I put at the base, but that I could remedy. I could pull it out, I could put down landscape and fabric, but haven't had the time to do that. So we just let it go. Now, as you come around the corner, you're gonna see everything really took off quite well within the wattle fence garden. And you'll see that we did extend it to the full length of the deck. So originally it kind of stopped here and I just kept going with it. And I followed it all the way around the perimeter of our deck. It was pretty simple to do. Once you get on a roll, you just kind of keep going with it. So, and I followed it all the way down to here. Here's that makeshift gate. I just kind of stuck it here for now. It's not attached at all in any way, shape, or form. I just kind of have it leaning there. But that is part of the original gate that is now replaced by the metal one. So the wattle fence just comes along over here, and I had it curve right into here, and it connects to the deck that way, so nothing can get in. And as you can see, I have some bee balm here that the bumblebees are loving. All right, so if we walk in to the wattle fence garden, you can see it's a little bit of a chaos garden here. I got a lilac bush here and some yarrow, and I got California poppies that come back year after year. They kind of pop up wherever they want, and I'm fine with that. We got lots of yarrow year after year that comes back. So yarrow doesn't care about the soil, it doesn't care about getting hot, it doesn't need regular watering. So it's kind of a perfect place to have yarrow just kind of springing up wherever it wants. And as we continue a little farther down, this is where more chaos ensues. I originally had salvia here and echinacea there. I had things so compartmentalized, and I realized I couldn't control it. So I let things go. We got a little bit of everything going on in here. We got violas, have calendula popping up, some lavender. We got dragon head balm in the back, zinnias over there, the salvia, which really just took over everywhere. And same with the echinacea. It's just taken over. I put in a couple fabric bags with basil, lemon basil. Hey, down here is some lamb's ear that's a little past its prime, but it just kind of blankets down. We got cosmos. These I think are the cup and saucer cosmos. Cilantro that has bolted, and that's okay. More and more echinacea. It really just took over that whole corner, and that's okay. It looks really pretty, and all of the beneficial insects really enjoy it. We got lavender here and chamomile. That massive monstrosity back there is lemon balm, and this was my pathway. So coming up, pretty much the cosmos took over, the sweet alyssum took over, lamb's ear took over. So I just kind of walk through it, and it's still my path, just more crowded. And this all here is lamb's quarters. I had grown lamb's quarters last year and it reseeded itself, which is totally fine because it's edible. And aphids actually really love lamb's quarters, I found out. So it's a good kind of diversion to keep aphids off of the plants you really do want. So I haven't seen any on my cherry tomatoes here, which is nice. They go after the lamb's quarter. Continuing down this side, we did continue the wattle fence. We had a curve around this side of the house. And in order to keep the geese from going towards the road, I decided to build an extension over here. So originally the wattle fence just ended at this point. So all I did was start it all over again and followed it down all the way to the wood line. We chose to go with one of these big like farm gates from Tractor Supply, and when we put it up, it was nice and level. And then, you know, winter came and things shifted. It is still completely functional. We just need to fix the actual gate. But it works very well. That way we can get a tractor in and out. We don't have to worry about a small gate. So that way if we need to get a tractor through from the front yard to the backyard, we are still able to. And I just had the wattle fence go right up to the wood line. Now this keeps our geese in the backyard. All right, so that's that. That's how our wattle fence has been holding up 2.5 years, and it's still going strong. No issues, no rot, no breaking. I'm really impressed with how it's held up, considering it cost me nothing except for the cost of that gate, which was $35. Yeah, it took a lot of time, but it's unique, it's personal, and best of all, it was a solution for us. And now my little chaos garden is fully protected. All right, see y'all next time. Bye.